Hello, welcome back to HunterTuned. Today, I'm probably going to be taking the EG out. We're going to throw some more E85 in it because, like I said in the last video, the E85 that's currently in it is probably only around E60-ish because there was some residual pump gas in this car before we switched it over to E85. So it's almost out already. And we're going to switch it, or put more E85 in it and then drive it around for a while, cruise it, and retune it a little bit if need be. And I also wanted to state in the video to start off, I wanted to thank each individual person out there that has viewed my videos and subscribed to my channel, and the guys that are liking the videos and commenting. All that stuff helps so much, guys. I've noticed that the likes on the videos have been pretty much double what they used to be, and that definitely helps the channel get out there. I feel like when you guys like videos of mine, it actually helps the videos get ranked higher on YouTube's like scale, so more people actually see it. But anyways, the amount of support that I've gotten lately, guys, has been amazing. I cannot thank you guys enough. Also, with all the work and stuff that I've been getting a lot of people sending me ECUs for chipping, and base maps. I've been sending out ECUs when I have them in stock, and the injectors. The injectors are for sale. I have a bunch of them for sale right now. So if you guys are looking for injectors at a reasonable rate, the 750cc style injectors, they are flowed. They're a Bosch body, skinny style. Same thing that's in this car right now. Tuned up to 28 pounds of boost on E85. Holding fuel just great. Yeah, they're a great budget injector. I sell those 750s for $100 shipped. So you guys can't beat that price. I mean, it's awesome. They plug into a Honda with very slight modification, and I mean, they're freaking awesome, guys. I really enjoy these injectors, and they work amazing, especially for the money. They're flow matched to be exactly the same along the board. They're within usually within a 5% variance, if there's variance at all. So yeah, also with VS Racing, he doesn't have the T3 style turbos on his website. He doesn't really sell a lot of them. Since I have been mentioning his turbos in my videos, I've actually had a lot of people reach out to me and are wondering about these turbochargers. So if you guys are interested in a VS Racing turbo, get a hold of me. You can email me at huntertuned@gmail.com, or you can hit me up on Facebook Messenger or whatever. I have all those links in the description to my Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, email, all that stuff. So if you guys need to get a hold of me for injectors or have questions on any of this stuff, please get a hold of me there. And like I said, with VS Racing, he doesn't really sell a lot of them on the website because he didn't really cater to the Honda crowd as much. He more does V8 LS stuff, which I'm into as well. So if you guys are looking for VS Racing turbos, I may put them on my website. I'm not 100% sure yet if I'm going to or not. I still have to talk to Varen a little bit to sort out some bugs and whatnot. But if you guys are interested in a turbo, message me, and I can get a hold of Varen and get a turbo for you guys if you are interested. Say like the billet unit here. This is like the 3582 billet wheel journal bearing. This turbo is around $310, I want to say $310 or something like that. And if you want to go dual ball bearing, it's usually around a $200 increase. I'm not exactly sure on pricing and stuff like that for right now, but if you want a dual ball bearing billet wheel, they're usually $5 something, and the journal bearing stuff is around $300 to $400. So if you guys are interested, they're a great freaking turbo. Obviously, they work awesome, and yeah. Hit me up, guys, if you are interested. Also, the stickers are back in stock on the website. I don't know why, but the stickers on my website said they were sold out when I still had like 30 of them left. So if you guys are interested in a sticker, you can also check out huntertuned.com, my website where the injectors and all this stuff is. Check it out. Sorry to bore you guys with a lot of this shout-out stuff with my website and all the stuff I'm doing. We'll get to the video here in a second. I just wanted to get some of this stuff off my plate here and just kind of recommend some stuff to you guys. For stickers or turbos or injectors or whatever I can offer you guys. Tuning services, chipping services. I mean, I do it all. I do full builds, turbo kit installs, engine builds, you name it. Some of you guys may know I am trying to build this YouTube channel to kind of help myself and make some money so I can clear a lot of my debt and whatnot, because I mean I did screw up in the past with a business and whatnot, so I'm trying to recuperate and make some more money so I can move on with my life. Also, Percy from Zosh, the YouTube channel, I actually reached out to him and I'm like, hey man, you looking for a turbo? Because in his last video he said his turbo was smoking and whatnot, so he actually may be picking up a VS Racing turbo as well, which would be awesome. I'd love to work with Zosh. That'd be super cool. So yeah, hopefully that all works out and whatnot, but I'm going to get to ripping on this Z6. This thing's doing really good. Like I said, there's no leaks. I mean, I piss pounded it pretty hard last night. We tuned it upwards of 26 to 28 pounds of boost and turned it back down to 16, and I don't know, we're just going to kind of go cruise it today and see how this thing is. Alright guys, so the car is completely stone cold right now, and it has an issue. Why is that funny?
How cold is a stone?
Pretty cold. So anyways, I'm on the tune right now. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm going to options. This is a chrome gold file, and I'm going to go under the advanced fuel corrections here and see if I can get this thing to fire up a little smoother, because when it's cold with this E85 in here, it has a little bit of hard starting. But let's see here. We'll go to...
Hashtag HunterTuned.
What? What, because it hard starts?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Cranking fuel trim. And we'll try to add 30% in right there. And then 10% at the post-start adjustment. And see if this thing fires up any better. And boosting on the 85.
That's not going in there. Do you see what I look like right now? Do you see it? Do you see my hair?
Okay.
Look at it.
Alright guys, so we just filled the car up with the E85. $18, holy shit. This is why you buy a Honda Civic. And yeah, it's $2.12 a gallon. So that's pretty wicked. But anyways, we put E85 in, and yeah, so I'm just adjusting the tune a little bit to compensate for the E85, and we're gonna go drive it around and make sure everything's good to go, and then I'm gonna burn a chip for it, and this car is freaking ready to go, guys. Alright guys, back in the garage. Got the garage cleaned up a little bit from doing this project. Got all my engines moved. I had a bunch of engines over here, and I kind of got them piled over here in the corner now. One of them's out of here finally, and still got Michael's motor here. He said he's probably going to be putting that in tomorrow and doing some things with that. So I just drove this thing around again, probably put another 100 miles on it, honestly, just to make sure everything is going to be nice and smooth. Everything's going to be good and there's going to be no issues. And this thing is great. It's awesome. The tune-up is spot on. I got it tuned really good. Fresh full tank of E85. And yeah, she's ready to go for the customer to come pick it up. And I burned the chip onto the ECU so I don't have to have my ostrich cable in the car anymore. Usually I tune with the ostrich and then I switch it back over to the chip when I'm done. Things should be good to go for years to come. Honestly, at this power level, it should be pretty indestructible, you know, with all the work I put into it. You know, as long as the owner keeps the engine oil full and runs good engine oil like Schaefer's, this thing should have no issues, in my opinion. They usually don't go bad unless if guys run them low on oil, or if they, I don't know, if they drive them really stupidly. I don't know. That's usually the main reason that these things, you know, fail and stuff like that. But this thing, like I said, it seems like it's really good. It's healthy. It pulls really strong, etc. So I figured to end the video off, I'm going to actually give you guys a quick overview of the build and what is all done to it, for those of you who haven't followed along, you know, for the whole process. Starting at the transmission, this is a D15B7 transmission. This is a long geared, you know, S20 transmission, whatever that means. It just says S20 there. I know it's out of a D15B7. I mean, you can do almost 110 miles an hour in third gear with this trans. So it's very long geared, good for traction, bad for acceleration. But anyways, it seems like it's good to go. It's really nice and smooth. No grinds, no pop-outs, nothing like that. Next, moving on to the engine block. This is a d16z6 with everything is completely stock oil pump, stock crankshaft, stock girdle, but it does have P2PO connecting rods, King engine bearings, like the $40 King engine bearings, Vitara pistons, with the Hastings or NPR piston rings. And then it has just a normal Felpro head gasket that is copper sprayed with ARP head studs. And then in the cylinder head, it has Brian Crower valve springs and titanium retainers. The camshaft is completely stock. It has a completely stock D15B7 intake manifold, or Z6. They're virtually the same thing. It has a set of 750cc fuel injectors that I sell. These are the decapped normal style truck injectors, so these flow around 750cc. It has a Walbro 450 in the fuel tank, just dropped in, stock wiring, all that. Has a 3-bar map sensor tuned on a P06 converted to VTEC, which I did all that as well. Tuned on chrome with a 3-bar map sensor, like I said. And then it has, this is the Black Horse Racing 2.5-inch intercooler piping kit with the intercooler. This kit fits very well. As you can see, it looks very good in the engine bay. This is a knockoff HKS blow-off valve. Works great. It has a Blox boost controller. Works great. This is like the Hallman style boost controller. These ones work the best in my opinion. They come with 2 different springs. So you can run the light spring for very fine boost adjustment, and then you can run the stiffer spring if you're trying to get, you know, big boost increments out of this boost controller. It has a bone stock Z6 distributor with the only exception to the ignition system is BKR7E spark plugs, gapped at about 18 thousandths plug gap. For, you know, the high boost, like 28 pounds, I like to gap them really low. Honestly, on some cars that run 30 plus pounds of boost, I gap them the thickness of a razor blade, which is around 10 to 12 thousandths. But that's for real big horsepower stuff. But anyways, onto the turbo kit here. This is just like a JDM Sport bottom mount log manifold with a Speed Daddy 38 millimeter wastegate with a 7-pound or 8-pound wastegate spring installed into it. I just made a homemade dump tube off of it out of a old Type R header I had laying around. And, you know, this is just a 3-inch downpipe I made as well. The turbo is a VSV, as in very cool. Very cool turbo. VS Racing 3071. It's like a GTX 3071 replica. It's a billet wheel, journal bearing, just overall great turbo. It's comparable to like the eBay 57 trim size turbo, but has a big 3-inch V-band exhaust housing, etc. It has a 6.3 AR hot side as well. This thing comes into boost like a rocket ship. It literally comes into boost immediately, and as soon as it hits VTEC, it is gone. So, anyways, moving on here. It has eBay billet motor mounts. They're like a half sport replica. It has an XTD Stage 5 clutch. Now, this clutch is like $110 or something like that. And the company used to have really crappy pressure plates, and they would be very spongy, and upon gear transitions and whatnot, the clutch would actually slip, at least on the ones that I experienced in the past. But this guy wanted to play it, risk it for the biscuit, and he went with the XTD Stage 5, and they changed their game. Holy shit. So this pressure plate is very stiff now. It grabs like a son of a bitch, and is good to go. Gauges in the car, there is JDM Sport gauges, or they're just like cheap $8 gauges. There's an oil pressure gauge, a boost gauge, and then an AEM Uego wideband with a glow shift 3-pod pillar. That's pretty much it. This car is like bone stock suspension. I think it's got lowering springs on it, but stock struts. Everything else is bone stock. It was a $400 car, and that's the old motor that's out of it that I pulled out. And yeah, I mean, this thing is a pretty good build for the money, honestly. This is a good cookie cutter setup for like 300 to 400 horsepower. I mean, you can't go wrong. And to be honest, guys, I'll be completely honest. This car has around 3 G's in parts. So that's not too bad if you think of the big picture. I mean, you could build this whole entire car for $3,000 and go 11s with slicks. I mean, you can't really beat that. So, I mean, a lot of guys ask me like how much, a build is going to be, or how much a build is going to cost them. And just for an example, this, I had to buy everything for it. I had to find a motor, I had to find a head, I had to find the turbo kit, I had to find everything. And it was right around $3,000 in parts. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of the general overview of the car and the motor and everything like that. And very pleased with the results. So I hope you guys are excited for what's to come next in store for HunterTuned. We have a lot of different customer cars that are coming up. I don't know which one I'm going to tackle first, or when they're going to, when I'm going to start on them. But I do have some more work coming up, as well as my EK hatch. I really want to get that thing done, honestly. I have the B20 VTEC sitting here ready to go. So, yeah. But anyways, if you guys have more questions on this car or whatever, you can leave it down in the comments, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Any other questions on anything I'm doing, you can always email me, or if you have questions about stuff on the website, like I said, I feel like I'm going over this 100 times. But yeah, you guys know the drill. Please like the video, share it with your friends, and comment down below, and subscribe if you guys are new. And we will see you in the next video. Beware, guys, that I actually may do a live stream tomorrow night, probably just like a Q&A. If I do a live stream, I'm not sure yet, but I finally got the live stream stuff figured out, and no more reconnection issues. So be sure to check for live streams on HunterTuned. Hit the bell so you guys are notified whenever I upload a video. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow, guys.